Hello, good morning. Yeah, look, I parked in a lay-by last night, somewhere up in Scotland, not far, but halfway, about 12 miles from Ullapool, northwise. Found this lovely car park, got some signal, pulled over, thought this would do me for the night, settled in, quiet, nice, off the road. I've got mountains, 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 lochs. I've got it all. It is sunrise, it's cold. I woke up this morning, 4 degrees in the van, put the heater on, got myself warmed up a little bit, got myself kitted up, got some clothes on, and I'm going to take a couple of shots this morning of blue hour. Loving this little lake with the little white cloud above it, and the lake and the mountain, and I'm hoping, like this one here, there's a nice bit of cloud drifting off the top. So because of the morning, and it hasn't, the sun's not quite come up yet, we've got another half an hour before the sun comes up, which is going to be over that way. There is a little bit of colour over there, which I can't see, but when it comes over this side, it should just catch the tops of these hills. So I'm hoping to get a couple of blue hour shots and then a couple of early morning shots. So let's see how we do. First thing, I've got to put my gloves on. Jeez! Oh, and should I mention it as well? Sponsored by Valorette. These are the Valorette Milfords. These are my favourite gloves they do so far. They're just like a fleece glove. You can get 3 fingers out. Look at this, 3 fingers, which is really handy for flying the drone and using your camera and your phone and stuff. But they're just very simple and easy. I put these lanyards on. I don't know why they don't come with lanyards. It's really good to keep them on your hands. But yeah, they're just nice and small and easy and fluffy. So yeah, sponsored by Valorette Gloves, Milfords. Really, really good. Right, got that over with. I know I keep mentioning these things in videos, but it's important. It's important for my channel, and also I get to give things away. If you follow me and you're a subscriber of mine, come Christmas every year I try and do a Christmas giveaway, and Valorette have given us a free pair of Milfords or Markov gloves, and they are like 70 to 100 pound pairs of gloves, and they're giving you a free pair that you can enter and win for free. So yeah, I do these things, but I give back as well as much as I can. I've also got other things like tripods and hand warmers and stuff like that this year. So 2022 should be another good one. Camera out. Got to get the camera out. I just wanted to add that you're actually in the van. This is where you are. You're stood in the van, okay? And my tripod's here. This has got to be the best photography location I've ever had. How brilliant is that? I haven't even moved a foot away from the van. He quits in. So here we go. It's a little bit of pyrotechnics. We've got a little bit of colour in the sky, so I'm going to go wide. But to be honest, wide is not the shot to be taken here. This is just a pretty open image with a little bit of colour up in the top of the sky. It's not the best of shots. It's not the best idea to go wide like this because it makes all the mountains look tiny. But we're going to use a little bit of pinky hues I've got up in the sky for now. Now, I've just had the long lens on, but I couldn't quite get a sharp shot, 300mm. There's snow on the mountains as I'm heading south, which is going to be pretty nice, pretty interesting. And we've also got some pinks behind us as well. So I'm going to have another shot of this mountain with the pinks. These are going to be cropped to a wide angle, like a really wide angle, more like a panoramic 2x1, because there's nothing in the top of this, there's nothing at the top of the image, and there's nothing in the bottom of the image. It's all this section in the middle when I'm shooting like this. Beautiful, beautiful pinks up there. I bet my phone would take a really nice shot of that, because phones always do, don't they? So let's open my camera and just get a shot of my phone, because yeah, see, look at that, the phone takes an absolutely cracking image. It really does. I don't know how it finds all those colours and stuff. It's just very, very clever at what it does. The technology in the phones are brilliant. So let me think now. I need to try and get some pinks. It's beautiful over this side. It's just going off a little bit now though. Let's take another one that way. Go really wide on it, and I can then crop out that section in the middle, and then I'm going to do the same this way. Now the clouds are lighting up a little bit, and then do the same thing again, do a wider shot, try and get what I can, really bring the colours out, and just do a bit of a crop shot on it. And then I'm going to flip the lens over and put the long lens on and just have a look and see if I get a little bit of colour on the tops of these peaks as the sun goes a little bit higher and reaches over them hills in the distance and just catches the tops of these hills, because I think that then will be the better shots. There's some little pinks just touching the tops of the clouds over there now, so hopefully a long lens shot could be the way forward. I do know I'm going to get the 400mm. I'm going to get something really good out, so let's just put that on the front for a minute and try the big lens on this camera. So you've only seen this lens for a long time because I haven't had it out for a long time, but this is Big Mama. This is my biggest lens, my 400mm, and this is where I can zoom in maybe and try and get a picture of that snow-capped mountain that I was looking at before. Lock her off there. See if I can focus on that. Yep, she's focused straight away, whereas the 300mm wasn't focusing on it. And snap. See if I can get that snow-capped mountain nice and sharp. Now that is the difference between this lens and that 300mm lens. You couldn't do that before. So let's come back out. Let's try and get mountains and clouds. I've got a little bit of water in the bottom. That's quite an interesting shot. So I'm going to knock the image stabilizer off for a second while it's on the tripod, and then I'm going to focus down here in the foreground. We're going to go to f8. Everything's been knocked around in the van. I'm going to go to f8. I'm going to put my ISO back to 125. I'm shooting with the XT5 now, so I've got ISOs of 125. 2-second timers on, and hopefully this will give me a nice mountain scene. All going well, but we've still not got them colours. The colours have not popped up yet, so I'm going to try a bit of a panoramic. So let's get the camera level, tripod level, spin it round, line it back up. Go slightly wider for a pano because we got some cropping in to do, but by doing a pano I get to have the clouds, the mountains and everything close up, and it compresses it a little bit. Not true compression, it's only a compression that you get from the idea that it's a zoomed lens. So let's take that, and I'll get this pano done. So it's 20 past 8 now. I don't think I'm going to get any more anything. I don't even think the light is going to come up above anything. I think it's snubbed out by a cloud over there in the distance. So I don't really know what to do, but the one thing that's exciting me a little bit is the fact that I know that up there in front is snow, and that has got to be every photographer's dream, to get that snow covered top mountains in Scotland. So I'm going to fire up the van and go hunting. I'm not even sure whether these images are coming out perfectly sharp because of the slight vibration, but they're nice. The tones down there are wicked. They're like blues, deep blues and greys. it looks really, really atmospheric, but I can't seem to make it work on the camera. But the colours fading off, the last little bit of colours over there. I've taken a couple of close ones of the mountain peaks, but I'm not sure. There's definitely snow on them there mountains. Let's go. Let's pack it up. Let's crack on. So here we go in the van. Temperature's telling me 1 degree. 1 degree outside. That's what it's saying. That's a chilly one. So power pack in my pocket. Osmo cover. Got to put my camera somewhere safe so it doesn't fly off the seat. I always have my seatbelt around my bag, and so if anything flies forward. Oh, I've got a heated seat, haven't I? I just remembered. Oh my goodness, I forgot I had heated seats. Do you know what? Every so often I put the heated seats on, and it is amazing. You get this such a rush of warmth coming through your bottom and through your back. It's really, really nice. I cleaned the windscreen this morning, but it's not quite perfect yet. So I hate using cloths on the window because it always leaves streaks, doesn't it? I hate that. Right, so leave me out on for a minute so I warm up. It's going to take a while for the engine to warm up. Put my other app on there. Are you ready? Are we going to move forward? Are we on for another adventure? Oh, I need to get some more baby wipes today as well. I know you're interested, but definitely got to get some more baby wipes. Run out. Here we go then. Follow that coach. So a little bit gutted. I've just called at Tesco's to get some more baby wipes, and it's a good job I have, because the leisure centre where I was going to grab a shower, it's not open till 10 o'clock, and I am not wasting another hour sitting around waiting. So it looks like I'm going to have a van bath tonight, unless I can find somewhere else. Now I would love to be the sort of person that could jump in a lake, jump in a loch, get a good schweel, but there is not much chance of that going to happen because I'll probably get hypothermia, knowing me. Right, plod on, let's go. I've got to follow this bus, and we're en route. We've got 66 miles to Loch Claire. That is our actual sat-nav destination, and I'm going to make it up as I go. I might find that I pull over a few times like I have been doing, and just getting a few shots of these mountains and things as I see them. So hopefully you're going to enjoy this one as much as the last one, and if you didn't enjoy the last one, then you're not going to enjoy this one. So I'll speak to you in a bit. So I'm still following this coach, heading on. We've done sort of 20 miles, just plodding along, but up in front of me is this mountain's just appeared, and it's half covered in snow. So if I can get a lay-by to pull over in, I'm definitely going to get a shot of that, because I just think it looks awesome. It's just black and white, half and half. It looks really good, but I do need a parking place, so I'm going to just see if I can pull over somewhere up this road. God, I hope I can. So I pulled a bit of a blinder. This road is long and straight, so I'm just going to get the 400mm. I'm going to switch it on. I'm going to start off at ISO 160, and if it doesn't work, I'm going to bump the ISO up. I'm going to put my bracket in on, and my image stabilizer on. I'm going to get my camera set to f. Let's have a look what we're going to go for. We're going to go for an f5.6. No, we're not. We're going to go for an f6.4, which should give us a bit of focusing, and I'm going to open my door and take a picture. And I'm just going to check it quickly just to make sure it works. And we've got what I wanted. And when you see this, you'll see why I pulled over here. That is an awesome looking picture. So I like that. What do I do with my lens cap? Chuck that back on. You couldn't do this in the summertime, could you? So I've just pulled over again. That same scene is in front of me, but what I've got now is I've got a safe lay-by. I'm off the road. I'm in a safe place. I'm going to get the tripod out. I'm going to concentrate on that mountain, but I've also got water now down in the foreground. So if I flip you around, this is why I've stopped, because this scene up in front I really, really like. And even if it doesn't make the classic perfect shot, I think this, you know, you've got this leading line coming through the image. If you're using this water, you've got this beautiful mountain with a two-tone on the side and all this big fluffy cloud coming across here, and then you've got these lovely clouds and, you know, the water, the hillside and the mountains over this side with snow on them, and these little wispy clouds that are popping up, and all this deep cloudness that's going on up above here. I just think all of this looks really nice. Even the road, when you look at the road over this side, even the road snaking its way down into the image, I think works well. So I'm going to have a little walk around here, try and get a, you know, use the road, use the water, and use everything in my power to try and make this shot work. I just like it. I just like that scene. I've been watching it all the way down the road, and it's worth a shot. It really is. I think the tones in that are just fantastic. So let's get my coat on, put my gloves on, and let's just a little bit concentrate rather than happy snappy, and just see if I can get in a position on here just to be able to see the snaking road and the water and try and get it all to work. So conditions have now changed, and I'm just pulled over in this lay-by. I like the scene up in front of me, so which inspired me to sort of pull over. But I'm going to fill up my coffee. I'm going to carry on driving forward. The conditions have definitely changed now. I'm now under the rain clouds, and we're driving into some thick snow-filled looking clouds, to be honest, which I'm fine with because I've had blue skies and I really can't be doing with them. So the atmosphere in front looks good. Again, I'm just taking a few snaps as I'm here. I might get the other camera out because I quite like the scene. I like the beiges and the brown tones in the bottom. Then you've got a strip of, you've got water, you've got a loch next to me. I'm going to find out what loch that is. Then we've got a strip of pine trees, like a forest, and then behind it you've got the snow-capped mountains, and above it you've got some really thick dark clouds. So I'll grab the camera out before I carry on. But first job is get some coffee in this mug. So, while I'm parked here, just chilling out for... I keep leaning on my windows. Yeah, while chilling out for a few minutes, I've just been having a look on the map, and the lock I'm actually parked next to is Loch... I've lost it. Come back, centralise. It is Loch Croisg. That's Chroisg. Now, this is a really good location if you want to come somewhere not too far up in the Highlands. This is a really big car park. It's a bin. There's a little gate, so you've got a shoreline. You've got mountains and some trees over that side, and you've got some mountains back that way. So this is quite a nice stopover, so I've marked it as an overnight location. But while I was looking, and I was heading down to Loch Claire, I've just realised I'm very close to Loch Maree. And Loch Maree is a very, very popular, very good location to go to. So I've changed my mind, and I'm going to now punch in Victoria Falls, hit directions, because Victoria Falls is about 3/4 of the way up Loch Maree, and that's telling me it's a 20-minute, 17-mile drive. So that also tells me that's where I'm going now. So I'm going to hit start, and
head west on A832.
We're off. So let's get going. Let's go and see what Loch Maree looks like. Oh, and it is raining. Same old for me, isn't it? Same old. I've just seen this view just open up in front of me as I've come round the bend, and you've got this snaking road leading all the way down. It's looking miserable, it's looking grey, it's looking overcast, it's looking damp, it's raining, it's wet, it's horrible. But for me, it's a picture. It's just a picture. Whether it's a picture that you're going to like, and I'd like to know in the comments if you do, or whether it's a picture that I just like and I want to take just because I'm here, I don't know. But I will get the camera out. There is a viewpoint. This is going to be another spot I'm going to mark on my map, because this is a cracking little location if you want somewhere just to pull in, a big car park. There's a stile over there, so you can obviously walk up onto the hills. And what an amazing view to wake up in the morning. So I'll mark this one down on the map for a future reference, and let's get a snapshot of this. This is turning into being a bit of a lazy van shoot day today. I'm just driving along. I'm down the side of Loch Maree, and I can see why this is a really nice place, because we've got a mountain on the side, we've got these beautiful trees. I've just spotted the lone tree. I'm going to try and get that in a moment. There's a little pull-in down the road just down there that I'm going to try and pull into, but just for the moment, and it's blowing a hoolie at the moment. It's really blowing hard, and it's raining quite hard towards the lens, if you like. But I've got two trees in front of me that I'd like to get a photograph of. There's a cluster of trees in the woodlands. I can't go far because I'm not supposed to be parked here. It says access required at all times on the gate over there, so I daren't walk off and leave the van. But this is where I should have probably come to. This is where I should have come and spent a couple of days and just explored this area. But that's a lesson learned. That's now I know. Where I was up near Loch Ascent is a beautiful, stunning place, but I think there's more going on down here. There's more trees. This little area, just these little copse of trees and the little copse of trees behind me, is enough to spend a day walking around. So yeah, you have to do these things, and now I've been here, I do know. So Loch Maree, next time I'm just going to spend the week and do Loch Maree, Loch Claire and the Torridon, which is a bit further down, which is where I'm heading later on today. The time is now 11:20, so I've got a couple of hours to go. I'm going to bob on a lens and just go for a quick walk along this edge of this road to see if I can get a couple of shots. So I'm not going to take you with me, but I'm sure I can get a couple that are quite interesting in this weather. Definitely in that subdued background anyway. Okay, so enough's enough. I found another car park. This car park is a fantastically big car park with lots of little nooks in it so you can park the vans and cars in. There's some signposts over there saying public are advised not to leave the car park because there's a lot of hidden crevices, which basically means you're going to slip down something or fall into something. I'm going to walk along the road. I've just spotted a small tree sticking out the side of the rocks, and I think with a 400mm lens it's going to make a good shot. So I am going to put my hood up, zip my coat up. I'm going to get a bit wet because it's raining sideways, but I'm determined to get out the van and actually go for a little walk and take a photograph. So that's my plan. I'm just going to walk down the road. There are a couple of other trees I can see dotted around in locations, so I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to probably end the video as much as I don't want to, and I'll continue it whenever I do, which will either be this evening or tomorrow morning. I'm just dragging you along with me. I'm just dragging you down the road. I'm pulling over and stopping, and I'm not really doing a lot of photography, am I, properly? And I don't think it's that interesting for you, so I'm going to have to call it quits. But I will get out and take a couple of shots. I'm going to take you with me just so I can show you what it is I'm looking at and show you the area a little bit. And I'm not walking far, just a couple of 100 yards. Sorry it's one of these videos, sorry it's a bit boring. You can always let me know if you've got this far, if you've watched this, pop it in the description below. Is this just boring you to death, and you've just gone asleep and you've just woken up at this point? Or are you actually enjoying just seeing what I do, where I go, how I'm just having an adventure? And, you know, I'm on my own, there's no one around, so I'm talking to you. I could just listen to my music, shut up and not show you anything, but I don't feel that way. I like to share what's going on in here, and I like to pass it on to you. So you guys that do stick with me, that do watch all the time, I really do appreciate it, and thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And oh my god, the wind's getting up. So hasn't the weather changed? Come on, let's go for a walk. So it's a bit like this. That little tree that I saw from the van that I thought was absolutely fantastic. With the 300mm on it, I can get it, but the problem I've got is there's a bush in front of it and it's spoiling it a little bit, so it's not actually going to work, which is such a shame. I'll show you the image and show you what I mean, but you can see this tree right in front of it. It's a lovely little tree that I was looking at, but the tree in front of it's just spoiling it. But what I am going to do is I'm going to go further off into the distance, and I'm going to take in a little bit more of what's going on. And I've got the 70mm on, so I can't do a lot different, but I'm hoping I'm going to get the top of the mountain, and that little tiny tree will then just sit on its own, I think. And I've got half an island on the right hand side. I can just about get that in. So I've just got a windy, wet scene in front of me, and I think this will do me as a memorable image of today. Let's go over to F8, focus on the island, and then I've got the mountain in the background with a little bit of colour on it. Oh, stood next to the road, a little bit of colour on it, very grey, very miserable, very horrible like, and you'll see that little tiny tree down on its own, and it looks probably better on its own. I did shoot a tree over the right hand side as well. The mountain's that mountain looks so mean, but I'm ever so cold. I'm actually shivering. I'm that cold, which is really strange for me because I don't normally get like that. I think maybe that the week's taken its toll on me a little bit, and these conditions have just hit me a little bit off the cuff, and I think it's just it, like I say, it's just taking its toll on me a little bit. So I'm very cold. I've had the heater on in the van quite a lot, which I don't normally do. So yeah, I hope you're actually watching and appreciating this because this is what I'm doing for you guys. No, I'm doing it for me. But I so much enjoy taking you along. Now I am just going to walk up there to see if I can see over the other side of that ridge and see if there's anything up there. So I'm going to pop the bag back over just to keep, I don't know, most of the water off of it if it does decide to just rain. I don't know, I don't even know why I'm covering it up. I've got a weather sealed lens and a weather sealed camera, so it should be fine. But my X-T4 is weather sealed and screen's broken, so I don't know. But yeah, let's have a little walk up here. This is definitely a place I'd like to come back to, maybe sort of September time, September or October, and not necessarily November, but yeah, just a couple of months earlier, because it's a fantastic little location. This is, really is. There's some lovely little trees along this coastline. God, the wind keeps picking up every so often. I've just come down, the car's behind these trees, I've just come down on these rocks and I can see my little tree, look, my little trees here, just underneath this one here, bobbing around down in this little bush. I don't know if you can see it just here. That's my little tree I was trying to shoot, but I can't even get to it down here either. So there's not much chance of that. But it's a lovely little tree. It's literally just on the edge of this sticky out little bit of a outcrop down here. I'm just going to walk round the other side of the car park and see if I can get any other trees or spot anything. And I'm just in the little woodland in the car park. I'm not going off, but there's some cracks in those rocks that you wouldn't want to be getting your foot stuck in. So I just want to see if there's anything. I'm bouncing you all over the place, you know, anything down here that I can just get a shot of, or even get that tree from the other side without getting stuck in any boggy bits. It doesn't look like there's many places I can walk, to be honest. There's a gap down there. I'm just watching my feet. I can see what I mean about cracks. And oh Christ, yeah. Jesus, sorry, excuse my French, but look at that. You would not want to be slipping there. And my goodness, look at this. There is a flipping dodgy hole there. That is so easy to disappear down inside that. You'd get your legs stuck in there. You'd be stuck in that properly. Honest, that's dodgy. Oh, that's giving me the willies. I'm going to go back up to the car park. So yeah, they're right. There are some dodgy cracks and crevices around, which is why. And even look at this. This is why there used to be a fence here by the looks of it, and the fence has been taken down or collapsed. So that is dodgy, and this is why the council put these signs. Look at that, hidden crevices, and they're not wrong. That is a scary looking hole. It's very easy to slip into that, and if you've got both legs in there, you could be in trouble. You could be in trouble. Alright, I had a little nose on the side there. Too dodgy to walk along, it's too muddy and boggy, and I've only got my trainers on, and I don't want to get stuck in any of that muddy stuff at the moment. I'm going to drive down here. There was a tiny little pull-in next to the classic lone tree, the Loch Maree tree. You get a snaking curve of the road and the mountains behind it. So I'm going to try that, and then I'm going to head down to Loch Claire and see if there's anything down there that gives me a better position, a better shot. I don't know. I'm photographed out nearly. No, that's impossible. That's impossible for me. I'll just keep taking and taking and taking. Right, gloves on there. I've got a lens in my pocket. This is what I do when I jump out of the van for a walk. Lens in my pocket, batteries, because you know you get out and then your battery goes flat. Lens cap. Osmo cover for you. Right, bag back off. Right, let's put this away and we'll crack on down there, and hopefully the next time you see me I'll have an image set up of some kind. Wish me luck. Guess who's doing exactly what he always does? Nothing that he said he was going to do. I noticed on my map it said Victoria Falls. Turn right out the car park instead of left, so guess what I've decided to do? Oh, hello. That was a quick and easy walk. I haven't got my camera, I didn't bring anything with me, but I wanted to come and have a look at Victoria Falls. It's literally, well, I can see the van through the bushes. So yeah, Victoria Falls, there it is. This is just a little bit for me, just a little bit of personal. I wanted to see if it's worth an image. I certainly didn't bring the camera over here, and it's not. If I turn you around, it's pretty, it's very nice, it's definitely worth coming to look at. It's a tourist place by the looks of it, but look at all the rubbish and mishmash all around. You've got trees sticking out that's dead, and you know, it's just messy. Lovely little cascades, but not really a photograph, is it? Nice little viewing platform to have a nose at it, but yeah, that's it. There is a little path that leads up the side. Do I bother going up it? I don't know, to be honest. I think it's just one of those ones where you can have a little bit of a walk. See, I haven't done a lot of walking, have I? So it's nice to actually stretch my legs, get my heart rate up a little bit. So we'll make our way up here and have a quick look before we carry on. This is Compton on the move. I don't think you can get anywhere up here to get a shot of it anyway, but we'll have a look. Or you get one. Plenty of people have been down there. You can see this gap here. You could probably get in there and have a look. But you'd have to go over the fence, so albeit your fault. And there it is at the top. So very nice, but not for me. Come on in, let's get back down to the car, see if I can get that lone tree that I promised myself. This is about 12:30 now. I know what's wrong with me. I'm full of beans, full of energy, because I've had flapjack, I've had pork pies, because I've got stuff in the van that is going out of date. I mean, I've just had a flapjack that it said, I think it was 20th of the 4th, 22, and we're now in, I think we're now on the 26th of November. So it's 6 months out of date. So I'm just clearing stuff in the van that's I've had stuffed away for backup, and just eating stuff that's out of date. And I've done this. I'm sure you're going to tell me off, and I don't mind if you do, but at the end of the day, most things are okay in a packet. If it's fresh stuff, like I've got some fresh stuff in my fridge, I wouldn't leave that, which is why I had the pork pies this morning, and I had a sandwich for breakfast because it was all open, it was in the fridge, so I had to eat it. Right, I'm going back to the van and we'll crack on. I'm at the lone tree. It's actually so much a popular tree that it's actually on Google Maps as the lone pine tree. How insane is that? So I am definitely, even if I get wet, I'm definitely going to get a photograph. Now, the parking, I've come across this tiny little old bridge. There used to be, by the looks of it, a way through the woods that way, but a tree's fallen over, so I parked in this little gap here. This is a perfect little overnight spot. You could get two vans in here, one here and one backed up underneath the trees up under that way. What a cracking little location. I might bring Mr. Nigel up here. He'll like this. You got a river down there, we can go and play in the water. You've got the old bridge underneath that you can take a picture of. You've got the old pine tree, and then you've got all these other trees around. So yeah, what a little corker. So the good news is I've got 2 minutes left on this memory card, and I'm not putting another memory card in for today. So I'm going to go and get this lone tree, show you it, tell you about it, and then we're cutting the video off. See you in a bit. So 2 minutes and counting. Lone tree, we've got it, and I can see why it's on the map. It is a corker. It's got two little branches. If you line it up correctly, you get the road snaking down next to it as well. An absolute peach. I've just shot it at f8. I've shot it at 5.6 with 70mm. I'm going to change my lens over somehow behind my back or under my back to get the other lens on, so I can get a little bit closer, so I can get the mountain in as well. And I'm going to go down a little bit lower. I'm going to take these shots and I'll switch you back on just to tell you how I've got on. And now I've got 1 minute and 54 seconds left. See you in a bit. So we've got 1.5 minutes left on the video. That's literally all I've got left. I've got no screen on for whatever reason. I'll be back. lens on, I've got this another little lone tree, so I'm just going to get this last little shot of this lone tree, and then I'm heading back to the van, and then I'm job done for today. So lock it off there, focus on it, f5.6, and hit the shutter button, and that's got to be my last shot for today, because the rain is horrendous and it's not very pretty at all. I'll speak to you in the van when I shut down. Right, job's done. All I've got time for now is really, I'm going to say thanks. Give us a thumbs up, don't forget to like and subscribe, share the channel, drop us a comment. Have you enjoyed today? I've got 25 seconds left. I don't know what to say, apart from I've had fun today, even though it's been hard, it's been difficult in places. I've been pulling over, stopping, shooting. I've been seeing things, I've been shooting what I see, how I see it. I've just been taking photographs. Thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm now going down to Loch Claire. I'll see you probably in the morning, because there won't be no more photography today. It is pouring down. 15 seconds left. Thanks a lot. Ciao for now. See you soon, and roll on tomorrow morning. Bye bye. I've still got 9 seconds, 8 seconds. What more can I say? Oh, happy Christmas.